Yeah, definitely. Okay, guys, a little update for everybody. I did work out yesterday. I know I haven't posted, but that does not mean I wasn't working. Went to the gym to lift with my jiu-jitsu professor, and didn't record any of it. However, I got a bunch of tips and tricks on a chest day that we did. So I'm going to be implementing that over the next push day, which I am currently sore. So I don't think I will be doing that tomorrow. I think I'll be doing a pull day instead. But today is legs. Today is a leg day. It's going to be a very simple leg day. Let me not knock over this camera. But yeah, it's going to be a very simple leg day. Just a couple of sets. I think 6 to 8 working sets. 2 exercises, calling it a day. Hamstrings and glutes. But it's going to be a pretty rigorous exercise. Got this one from Dr. Mike Israetel, so I'm going to give credit where credit is due. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the workout today. Going to be doing it with no pre-workout, no creatine, no caffeine. So I got to get myself fired up. I got to listen to some crazy music or whatnot. But that is what the day's going to look like today. And honestly, well, I do have to say there is a weight update. The weight was last night after I ate, rehydrated, was 190 pounds. Yeah, read it and weep, big guys. 190 pounds. Now, did I wake up at 190 pounds? Absolutely not. I woke up at around 186 pounds. Still, to get to a certain weight at the end of a night, when you are full, hydrated, and you're at 190, that was good progress for me. So if I can keep sticking around those numbers, that would be incredible. Now, all that to say is I only had one meal today, and it is already 4:30. So already going to be losing a little bit, battling a little sickness as well. So yeah, we got a lot of things going today. But we're staying positive, and I'm feeling pretty good about this workout. So I will catch you guys on the inside. Okay. We're here with, got a leg day going on. Now, let me adjust this a second. All right. Now I already got some warm-ups on the leg extension and the leg curl. So that warms up my quad and my hamstrings pretty well. I already did 2 sets of RDLs with a barbell. The focus is going to be big chest as I'm going down, keeping these knees pretty much straight. All the way down, getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings, and then firing the glutes. So this is going to be working glutes, hamstrings, and then we'll be getting an exercise. I'm not sure yet which one I'm going to do because they don't have the machine that I wanted. But I'll have something where it will work quads. But yeah, I'm just going to do one more warm-up, and then we'll get into the working sets. Probably won't go too much heavier than this. Wow, yeah, that's gonna burn the hamstrings. Work the hamstrings pretty well. Already, when I'm hitting that, when I'm leaning forward and I'm getting that stretch in the hamstring, I'm feeling a lot of pulling, almost to the point where I don't even know if I want to add too much more weight, but I think I can add, 10s on each side and still get into that 12 rep range. But yeah, hamstrings, lower back, glutes, all starting to feel it. And we haven't even gotten into our working sets yet. All right, let me add 10 pounds to this. And then I'll set up another one to this side so I can make sure I have the form correct. And so it's feet in line with the shoulders. And then as I'm leaning forward, bringing this down, chest open, so I keep those shoulder blades retracted. And then I'm actively looking to keep my knees locked out as I'm going all the way forward, keeping this back here so that these are locked out, getting a nice stretch. Lower back is going to be on fire, really contracting those muscles as I'm going through that range of motion. So let's get these working sets going. Not really feeling it too much in the hamstrings as I am in the lower back, so already this workout is not serving its purpose. Again, unless my technique is off, which is entirely possible. Could be, because it's the first time that I'm trying this with this, rigid of a result that I'm looking for. Normally you just do the weight and call it good, but yeah. I hesitate to go any higher because, again, it's not really the hamstrings that are under tension, it's the it's the lower back. The lower back is not painful at all. Lower back is just very, it's worked, to put it mildly. So let me just do the last 2 sets of this one. The last 2 working sets go into our quad exercise, and then I might just finish with some leg curls, because that one is always good for the hamstrings. So that's kind of the plan as of right now. Second working set. All right, this one is different. Still feeling it in the lower back, the muscles firing in the lower back. But then this time, feeling it a lot at the top of the hamstring, which is great, because I don't get that a whole lot. So I think this last one really start to feel it in the upper hamstrings. And then I was playing around with the form a little bit, so you'll probably be able to see with shoulders back, I was able to feel that tension in the hamstrings more than if the shoulders were forward, felt it in the lower back more. So, something to note. Nice. All right. I just decided that I'm going to go back to the leg curl so that I can work more of the hamstrings because it's just too good not to pass up. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier for the hamstrings, start with 135, and I'm already in my working sets. So I am going to probably do 3 of these, and maybe do some where I'm laying down just to completely obliterate the hamstring muscle, and then I'll do some leg extensions and probably call it a day. All right, let's do it. Go heavier on that. I think it's with the hamstring curls, with the leg curls. If you lean forward, it's more difficult. That theory. 1. Yeah, definitely. Nice. One more hamstring exercise. All right, so change of plans. They don't have a leg curl machine where you're laying down. So instead, I'm just gonna say, that's it for me with the hamstrings. And we're just gonna go with the quads. Okay, so I'm gonna, again, warm up with the 100 pounds, and then we'll go from there. 85. And this one, the further you lean back here, like I'm sliding myself forward. I have a gap between this bench and my back. I get more of a stretch on the way back down here. Whereas if I'm this way, it's way less. So I'm putting myself under tension, and I probably won't slide all the way forward once I get into those working sets, but we'll do probably two more warm-up sets, push the weight down or put the weight heavier, and we'll go from there. All right, let's finish this leg day. All right. Now the focus will be on squeezing at the top and then let it come all the way back down. Yeah, that one was feeling exactly what we needed it to, right at the end there. Last two. Let's really push it. Oh. One more. Superset. And that's legs. Buenos noches, muchachos. All right, after I finished up the leg workout, I had realized I needed to do some body recovery. So I stretched probably for 30 minutes, and then I got my trusty lacrosse ball and started doing some fascia tissue manipulation. So I did that probably for another 30 minutes. So we're at a full hour, and I am feeling limber. Very loose, very limber. It's going to feel even better tomorrow. Might even just take a day off, just because of how intensive that tissue work was. Or maybe I'll work out later in the day. I'm not quite sure yet, but we kind of played it by ear. Yesterday. Kind of played it by ear. The workout again today. And this camera is all over the place, so I'm going to fix that. All right, we'll check that for size. It is what it is. Okay. But yeah. We kind of had a little impromptu, see how we feel type of workout. And I was trying to get, kind of a full range, because I'd imagine the seated leg curls are going to be different than the leg curls where you're flat on your stomach. And so it would target a different muscle group. And also, the muscle at that point is just so exhausted that targeting that muscle at a different angle, meaning from a seated position to a laying down position, a prone position, would just, absolutely annihilate those muscle fibers. So that was what I would have liked to have done. Obviously, there was a lack of equipment to be able to do that. They had the glute raises, and I'm like, I'm not doing the glute raises. The RDLs with the bar, that was a good one. I think it primed the hamstrings. It mainly was glutes and lower back, honestly. And the lower back feels awesome now that I have, worked that out. So lower back, hamstrings, and quads. That quad workout was nice at the end with having a couple of having a couple of sets, and then just calling that audible for that superset. Needed that. So pretty solid leg day, around 2.5 hours, right? Yeah, around 2.5 hours. But a lot of that was just tissue work and kind of around. Technically, I've only had one meal today, so not great. I'm gonna weigh myself and see where I weigh on the scale, and yeah, go from there. But I'm enjoying these workouts. I'm enjoying this process of figuring out the different ways I want to approach muscle exhaustion. And today was, there goes the camera. Today was, is it gonna fall? No, it's not gonna fall. It's just gonna wobble around a little bit. But today was nice. It was not too many sets. I mean, you only had the three working sets of the RDLs. You only had 3 working sets of the leg curls, and you really only had 3 working sets of the leg extensions. That's 9 sets total. However, I had quite a substantial warm-up, got a mind-muscle connection, and primed the muscles to really go to failure, which I achieved on the last one. Maybe still had some more in the tank, but I don't know. I wasn't gonna go crazy hard today because I'm still fighting like I'm under the weather a little bit. So I'm not trying to, and like I wanted to go into the sauna after, but that's not super great when you're fighting sickness. If it was a steam room, that's a whole nother ballpark right there. I would definitely do a steam room. I love a steam room that clears out your sinuses, opens up your lungs, gets you a nice sweat going. I like those better than saunas, in my opinion. They're way better. I'll do a sauna, I'll do a cold plunge, I'll do a steam room. All those are beneficial. I used to do cold plunges all the time. Now, I did one a week ago for the first time in a long time. I could barely stand in that pool for a minute. I actually might have gotten out before a minute. It's a tolerance thing. Like once you start doing it a couple times a week, then you're able to just, you're familiar with the it's not even pain, it's just like it's just very uncomfortable. I mean, frigid temperatures, but then you get familiar with it if you go in there, because this is something that Wim Hof talks about. It's a mindset. Actually, he might have talked about it. I don't know. Someone was talking about how it could have been one of those guru guys. My camera's all over the place. I'm gonna have to figure out a different setup. But I think it might have been, what's the guy's name? Huberman, talking about if the cold plunge is looked at as a negative thing, it will have negative outcomes. If it's looked at it as a positive thing, it will be not just beneficial. I forget how he phrased it. It's going to be better for you. And you know what? I'm butchering this whole thing. However, the mindset that you go into the cold plunge plays a big factor. And so if you're thinking, I'm going to get great recovery from this, you're going to get great recovery from this. But if you think this sucks, like I'm dying in here, it probably plays no difference just because of the attitude that you're going into it. So, plays a big factor, the attitude in which you do activities. And that trickles down to just about anything, whether it's work, whether it's working out, or whether it's recovery. If you have a negative mindset or a negative way of looking at things, it will be the worst thing you've ever done. And you will not enjoy it, and you will hate it, and you will also make other people around you miserable. Whereas if you have a positive outlook on it, you are proactive in problem solving, it's going to be a much more enjoyable experience. The uncomfortableness, if you will, hilarious. There goes the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a better setup for this, because I was right in my groove, and then the camera just fell over. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, talking about positive and negative outlooks in the activities that you're doing. I mean, how many people, like, it's like, I worked a restaurant shift, and there were the coworkers that always had a smile on their face, and they would always, make the time more enjoyable, no matter what sort of asshole customers you would run into. It just made it more bearable because they had a great attitude, and then you had a better attitude, and then no matter what you encountered, it could have been a rush, it could have been what have you. It just made everything much more enjoyable. And there goes the camera again. But okay, I'm gonna cut this off before this camera just smashes against a window. But more dialing in on form and technique, and I'm gonna be doing some more research. I think I have the chest kind of figured out a little bit for right now. I'm gonna focus on some more leg workouts. It's not gonna be for another week, but I'm gonna be proactive in that now. But I will see you guys later.